How's it going, everybody? Shinigami here to bring you another One Piece chapter review. This one has been causing quite the uproar in the community. Mostly because we finally get a big reveal for someone that we've been seeing for, what is it now, like 15 years maybe a little less. But yeah, it gets a little crazy. Alright. One Piece, chapter 1179, Nerona Imu Descends. And here we get a nice little cover request. Still have yet to get a continuation to any canon cover stories, but I don't know. Let Oda do his thing, I guess. Take a bunch of requests for now. It's cute though. So you got cover request by Naoyama Wants to Travel, and it's Ace, Otama, and Yamato taking boar piglets on a field trip to the wetlands. And if you look at the boar that they got there, that looks like the same fucking one that Odin had chopped in half. So maybe it's the same one, maybe not. Definitely could exist since there was still a piglet that did make it, so we'll see. But as we move on, what's Imu planning? Great Imu, did I hear you correctly? The Holy Land Marijwa, and then the Room of Authority. Surely you don't intend to actually visit Elbaf yourself. Please reconsider for you to descend to the lower realm. This is no time for idleness. How long can the Holy Land possibly be defended under these conditions? Garling. Shamrock's return seems to have helped quell matters, but we are arrogant to think we could easily stop the lower realm dwellers from using starvation tactics against us. What good are our leaders who can't even keep their own troops fed? Our priority shall be rallying the military might needed to assert global dominance. Even the former Navy HQ, and then he gets cut off. Garling, where's the food? There's no way for a celestial dragon to live. Sorry, this is no way for a celestial dragon to live. And then we see the Labo Phase power plant in Marijwa, where they've moved the Mother Flame with York, obviously. I thought I told you, York, the Holy Land is currently facing a food shortage. Do you know one of the things that might break this deadlock? The Mother Flame. If you truly wish to live like a celestial dragon, hurry and produce energy. I'm hungry. This wasn't part of the deal. Some might claim the original Vegapunk has aligned with this rebellion. Consider this your penance. And then kacha. Just hangs up on that bitch. One disaster after another. It all started after Nika resurfaced. Are we to write off this? Are we to write this off as mere coincidence, or was it all that inevitable? In any case, Great Imu, you should not leave Pangaea Castle. Allow us to dispatch Navy admirals to the Elbaf instead. That won't do. Consider all the other incidents that have arisen. Our hands are tied. In that case, we must once again workery. This is no mere coincidence. Arrogance, idleness, negligence, pride, thou must cast aside these follies at once. All this was inevitable. And then we get a flashback of a bunch of different stuff that happened before. You got Rocks telling Imu, I'll be back. Seek it out. It appears that Neptune has had a daughter. The devil fruit was stolen. Is there something unforeseen lurking on Elbaf? We have new intel on the fog ship's captain. His name is Loki. He is Harold's son. Why would Whitebeard protect that young man? Who is he? Monkey D. Luffy. And that one, Marshall D. Teach. Nefertari D. Lily. Joy Boy. Davy Jones. Will thou keep making me Mu suffer? Retrieve Vivi. It was all set in motion long, long ago. Great Imu, The Holy Land shall be left in all thine hands. Great Emu, if you go to the surface realm, we have no authority to forbid this. But, Great Emu, if you leave this castle, it's not our place to question this. The Great One is fully aware of the consequences. No one can stop them. And then, I'm sure we hear a little thunder noise, given these next two panels. The explosive transportation. Elbath in the New World. Hirudin, Stanson in the West Village, Realm of the Sun. Check it out, one of the demons was trying to put himself back together again, so and you got Gerd over here just showing what she did. Screw you, don't you mess with me. He's still alive in this state. Look, it's like a magnet. Freaky. You're the real freak. They called you Gerd. I'll remember that. I swear, I'm gonna give you a gruesome death. I think you should take a look at this, too. And then you see, Zoro and Hirudin looking at what Stanson has. A steel heart. I wonder, if I destroy this, would he still be able to patch himself back up? And then even Summers is just like, freaking out the fact that they might have actually figured out some workaround to completely just axing these fucks. Near the Walrus School. Hang in there, Usopp. Brook. All your bones are busted. Want me to turn you guys into cyborgs? Where's Chopper? I won't forget your name, Sanji. You better remember mine. I already forgot. And there when we get another little glimpse of what happened to Gunko. She's frozen in place by Loki's ice abilities. Someone froze the school. Not quite. Its thermal energy was absorbed. Well, this was a bust. All the school's lunch supplies are rock solid and tasteless now. For food, we should give some to Usopp and the others. Focus on getting yourself back to normal first. Loki, that person you froze earlier, are they dead? It was a flash freeze, so they won't die, but they can only be thawed out by Ragnar here. Squeak! They won't be able to escape at any rate, so don't sweat it. And then we see Nami there just looking off in the distance. Huh? What's going on? And then the bolt of lightning just way bigger than all the other ones. Ah! What in the world is that? That black smoke looks familiar. Or looks weird. Oh. And then as they're looking, what? Look at the sky. Is that a magic circle? Everybody come here quickly. What is this rumbling? I'm right by your side, Nami. And of course Sanji just has to be Dorondon. Dorondon. I guess that's what they're saying. What's with the houses? The houses are... is this some kind of dream? Is this another one of their abilities? And the trees and stuff are singing, which is different, because usually we kind of see that with Luffy, but here we got them kind of dororororo, bororororo, boom boom, and obviously they got the little music note next to it, so I'm sure it's got to be some kind of music rhythm. And as we see, Conqueror's Haki knocks out a bunch of the kids. Some of the adults are still able to survive, obviously, but that's Conqueror's Haki. It's coming from the castle. Hey, isn't that the same Haki from before? Luffy's still in his old man state, unfortunately, which dude needs to eat fast because shit's about to fucking get real. And in Quest Castle interior, in the throne room, we see Imu has made landfall. And then it looks like he spit up something. It looks like he might have spit up some blood. He just goes, Plah! All of a sudden, some wings pop out from his back. Yeah, it looks like wings. An explosion. Who was that? And as we see, looks like fucking crazy shit going on. Big storm. The Great One. Don't tell me he came here in person. Look, there's someone on the castle spire. And as we finally see Imu reveal himself, World Government Creator, one of the first 20. Ability, Devil's Fruit. King of the World, Saint Nerona Imu. No, he definitely spat up some blood. He's got some shit dripping from his face. Dude is huge, though. I think. I mean, I kind of forgot the scale of this. Let's see. Let me look up. So he's on that thing right there. Yeah, he's on that pointy one. Size of that door compared to the actual size of that. I mean, I think he's big, but I don't think he's that big. But he looks like he's definitely awakened. He's got some kind of weird staff thing. He's got horns. Some people are kind of being like, "Oh, he copied Naruto. They look like the Otsutsukis." Nah. He's a demon. You know, devil fruits. There's demons in here. Had to have came from somewhere, and his ability literally says devil's fruit. So maybe it is just the actual devil fruit, not like one of the other ones we've seen before that are different abilities and shit. Like this one's just an actual devil. And he's got some pretty crazy little eyeball tattoo on his hand. Dark skin, so we already know Zoro's gonna want to fight him because bro's over here, the minority hunter. Yeah, not crazy, or not too bad. I'm gonna say not crazy. Obviously, that's crazy. Crazier than we've seen before. But yeah, very interesting chapter. This one felt like it was a little quicker. Maybe I'm tripping, but this one didn't feel like it was all too long. Probably because not a lot happened really in that short little time that we had. All you had was really everybody kind of gathering up. Loki and Luffy trying to eat. Everybody else just explaining, you know, simple shit like with killing him and Summers and stuff like that. But I definitely think this is quite the progression. I was not expecting him to actually come back so quickly. So that's going to be interesting to see what can be done about it. Because it seemed like he was limited having to use Gunko, as a sort of possessed individual. Whereas when he's actually there, he's at full strength. But because he was using Gunko as some kind of transmitter for his abilities, he was only like at 15-20%, right? Level, give or take. And now that he's finally made it to Elbaf, something along the lines of Sabaody might happen where the crew actually gets dealt a pretty devastating blow. But the other crazy thing, I wonder what was freaking out the Gorosei so much, other than Garland. Garland doesn't really give a shit. But why were they in such protest of Imu leaving to go to Elbaf? You know, because they literally say, you know, Great Imu, if you leave this castle, it is not our place to question this. The Great One is fully aware of the consequences. So like something, his entity, his being, whatever, obviously is tied to Pangaea Castle. And when he teleported, he literally spat up blood. So maybe he's on some kind of timer where think of like the Horcruxes from Harry Potter. We already saw before how when Harold died, Imu felt that shit. Now maybe because he's so far away from his subordinates, and maybe like some kind of enchantment or something like that where his soul is tied right now to Pangaea. He can still leave Pangaea, obviously, as himself. But because he took a teleportation trip, that did something, you know. Maybe he's like, boom, now he's at 80%, right? He's not at 100 anymore because he did that. He spat up blood. It's got to be significant if this man was spitting up blood. As powerful as Imu is, there's got to be some kind of limitation, some kind of drawback to all this. And again, it really puts it in perspective that they were so opposed to him leaving. You know, oh, go send some admirals. Go send, you know, we'll go ourselves. They didn't want him to leave. What is that exactly? Obviously, it's only first time reading it, so I can't really put much speculation into it, other than his soul tied to Pangaea Castle in Marizwa. Maybe it has something to do with the flower room, right? Because he's always in there. We don't ever really see him leave that place, other than that few times where he went and talked to Cobra. So why is it such a big deal for him to physically go? Other than, you know, he's supposed to be the big bad. He's got powers. But he was almost advised to not go. And the fact that the reincarnation basically of Nika and the Nidhogg are on Elbaf, beings that seemingly clashed with him in the past. Maybe they have some specific ability that will affect him even greater than just if it was Rogers or Garp and stuff like that. Obviously, Haki will take place in some form or fashion, but these devil fruits might be one of the only ways to disconnect his influence from the Gorosei and the Holy Knights and stuff like that, and also kind of be his hard counter. He won somehow. Maybe it was with the ancient weapons, but I don't know. Speculation. As far as I can think of right now, Garling is trying to push for the Mother Flame to be used, but I don't know. It is very, very interesting, to say the least. And luckily, I don't think there's a break next week, so we should be able to get back into the action immediately. Let's double check. Nope, there is a break next week. God damn it. Of course Oda would leave us like that on such a cliffhanger. Let's see if this works. There is something here on the chapter that I could barely make out. Akama Devil is written here entirely in katakana, whereas it's typically written in kanji for normal devil fruits. Oh, okay. So again, I'm speculating that it is like actual devil abilities. It shouldn't be anything that we thought it was before. He's not some new ability. It's not like some new magic system. It's what we already had, but maybe this is the actual devil fruit itself, right? Other than that, that's all I can speculate on. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, comment. It's all much appreciated. And with that being said, I will see you next time. We'll come up with some more videos next week since there's a lot going on. For now, Ace Shinigami signing out. I'll see you next time. Have a good night, good evening, good morning. Bye.